Macaulay Child Development Center, Accessibility for Service Users with Disabilities, December 14, 2011. Policy: Macaulay Child Development Center is committed to being an accessible agency for all service users, including those with disabilities. In compliance with the Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act, the agency implements the following service plan for the provision of services to persons with disabilities. Procedure: Assistive devices. Staff are trained and familiar with various assistive devices that may be used by service users with disabilities while accessing Macaulay services. Communication: Macaulay communicates with people with disabilities in ways that take into account their disability. Service animals. Macaulay welcomes people with disabilities and their service animals. Service animals are allowed on all parts of Macaulay premises unless prohibited by law. Support persons. A person with a disability who is accompanied by a support person is allowed to have that person accompany them on Macaulay premises. Fees are not charged for support persons. Macaulay notifies service users of this through a notice posted on the premises and on all promotional materials for programs that charge a fee. Notice of temporary disruptions. In the event of a planned or unexpected disruption to services or facilities for individuals with disabilities, Macaulay notifies service users promptly. A notice is posted that includes information about the reason for the disruption, its anticipated length of time, and a description of alternative facilities or services, if available. The notice is placed at the entrance of the service location, on the Macaulay website when time permits, and if applicable on the voicemail of the service location. Training for staff. Macaulay provides training to employees, volunteers, and providers. All employees and providers are trained, and training is made available to volunteers. This training is provided within the first 3 months of employment. Training includes an overview of the Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act 2005 and the requirements of the Customer Service Standard, Macaulay's plan related to the Customer Service Standard, how to interact and communicate with people with various types of disabilities, how to interact with people with disabilities who use an assistive device or require the assistance of a service animal or a support person, including training in the use of any assistive devices available on site, what to do if a person with a disability is having difficulty in accessing Macaulay services. Staff are also trained when changes are made to this plan. Feedback process. Service users who wish to provide feedback on the way Macaulay provides services to people with disabilities can do so orally, by telephone, in writing, or by email. Feedback is directed to the program supervisor if it is program or service specific. Complaints are addressed according to Macaulay's regular feedback and complaints policy. Every effort is made to resolve complaints as quickly as possible. Modifications to this or other policies. Any policy of Macaulay that does not respect and promote the dignity and independence of people with disabilities is modified or removed. Cross-references. Feedback and complaints policy for service users and community members. Race relations, equity, and access policy. Procedures for handling human rights complaints.